Hey y'all, it's your girl Sia, and I'm back with another video. Y'all, so let's talk about it now that I've given it a few days. Just kind of wanted to give an update about my work position. I would say this. I don't know that I like it or dislike it just yet. But there are drastic differences in um the quality in which like the companies ran it, right? So here's the deal. Um, what I mean by this is the last firm I was with, and every firm has its thing, right? I mean, every company has its own thing. So, understandably there. Something I realized, oof, is I am working for a much larger firm. Okay. It doesn't necessarily look like that. Well, yes, it does. Okay. Um, I kind of have an understanding of what my old employer was trying to do with their company. I recognize that there, like where I work now, there's several people who are in management, and I don't think management necessarily means like you're overseeing somebody as much as it is like overseeing projects, right? And departments, right? For example, there's a bookkeeping manager there who also does tax. I think she's like a CPA or something like that, right? And she oversees the bookkeeping department, but I haven't talked to her really for much outside of like trying to learn procedures and stuff, right? So it's very interesting. This is my opinion. I do feel like the goal was to be able to put all of the players in place to be able to essentially be their own managers. And I understand a little bit, I have a little bit of understanding now as to why there was so much pushback with me being in the position that I was in. Now, I do agree that the scope of the work, um, again, the more people, the more work you have, the more people you need, right? Um, I believe that what I was doing should have belonged to one person from beginning to end. I guess again, I didn't know. I was never given the opportunity to see if it was something that I could do on my own. I was never given that opportunity. I was never given the opportunity, let me get in this side, to really grow. And that's just the honest to God truth. I didn't realize like the kind of work that I'm doing right now is work that makes me feel in alignment with my craft. Sorry, people, my bad. If that makes sense. Um, the other work I was doing, again, initially, I think I was just so excited to be with a firm that I didn't realize my element versus work that wasn't, if that makes sense. Obviously I learned very quickly. I was doing more customer service. I'm doing the work of the manager but not getting paid the management level. Again, I do now I would have handled that position a little differently, right? um I noticed that I've been given a lot of work, right? That, how can I say, they're not questioning whether I can do the work or not. They're just throwing it at me. Whereas my previous situation, I felt like my competency was coming into question as to whether or not I can do certain things. What this company is finding out is that I can do it all. And that's huge. I think like I've worked for that. That was the purpose behind me, growing and getting the certifications, going after all the things that I'm going after. So the only thing I haven't touched just yet is taxes. And that's okay because they're still in their process of like cleanup and stuff like that. Um, I will say this, my commute to work is a lot less stressful. Obviously, I'm impatient naturally, but it is, like I said, one straight shot to work, which helps because I don't have to jump on a highway or anything. If I want to go home for lunch, I can. Um, I feel like that helps a lot. Again, the hours are long, but for me, if you keep me busy and you keep me working, like that's really all that matters. And you're giving me work that is essentially kind of complex. It's not like dumbed down, you know. Um, I'm sitting here, I mean, I'm doing financials for like people for companies that make hundreds of thousands of dollars. And to know that that opportunity was not given to me, it just says a lot. I don't know if they have that many clients, but in the sense that just very much, like I said, I don't have to fight for what I say I can do. It's almost like, well, you said you can do it, so you better be able to do it. You know what I mean? So they throw a lot at me, which makes me feel like I genuinely feel like I am an accountant. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but I think that was part of my frustration is like, I wasn't getting like the dude wasn't trying to put me anywhere. He was trying to keep me stuck. And it's crazy to me to think that people will smile in your face, right? Tell you how much that you're their friend, only and understand I'm not stupid, right? So you can tell me you're my friend all day, like I'm not dumb. I pay attention to people's actions, not what they say, but what they do. Um, so my thing is it's just bizarre to me to know that I was being held back. You know what I mean? And it makes me appreciate my departure so much more because I feel like the right decision was made. Now I feel like it is even more so, not just because of my feelings, but because of the quality of work that I'm doing. Like the work I'm doing today, and keep in mind, my clients help build my resume too. But I just had to do an audit. I don't think it was my first time doing an audit. I'm pretty sure I've done it once before for workman's comp. Um, but I didn't know at the time, right? I just did what I was being asked to do. Now I'm being asked to do it. My client just had me do it. So I went through, did it yesterday for him. Again, it's more filling out forms in accordance with what I've got set for payroll and stuff like that. Which is, easy to do. It's simple data entry, whatever. And obviously paying attention to details. So really ensuring that, you're putting down accurate information, no typos, stuff like that. Okay. So for me, the kind of work that they were giving me, and it's crazy because some of the stuff I've never done, some of it, but I know how to do it based upon my education in terms of like the software that they use. So as long as they tell me what they need, I, for the most part, can produce it, you know? And so that part is really cool. Certain things that I've been doing, like I said, I was working today and I'm like, wow, I could put a lot of this on my resume. I never thought this far out in terms of like the tasks that I do. It's almost like the job is just so much more extensive. Like it's almost like what I've learned, and I agree, is a bit cookie cutter in comparison to the kind of work that I'm doing. So again, the work is easy. I'm familiar. I understand the software. I know how to pull reports. Obviously, there are things that I don't know. But the tasks themselves are easy. So I'm like, wow, I didn't realize how much I actually knew and understood because I haven't had to do half this shit. Okay. Which again brings me back to my resume, right? And understanding that when the guy said they were preparing me to be an admin, I'm looking at all the things I do versus what's on my resume, and I'm like, well, no shit. No wonder I didn't get hired in certain places or whatever because my resume doesn't show that I have the skill set, you know? And obviously when you're looking at firms, real like firms, okay, because I'm not trying to say they're not real. It's just, they got some growing to do, that's for sure. I think they have the right idea, but not close to what I do. Like it's so different, night and day, like I said. And again, certain things have to happen because they have much bigger clients and they have many big clients. Whereas the company I was working for previously dealt with a lot of small business owners. We work with a lot of mid to large size business owners. So you're dealing with companies that like I don't know how to explain it. You're dealing with large paper. It's bigger than like I said, what I've experienced. And because of that, there's a level of organization that has to occur. There's a level of processes that have to occur. Now they're very chill. I haven't had anybody breathing down my neck. Um, you can tell that it's a very grown up adult setting. There appears to be a lot of people around my age group, which again, I'm not planning on making friends with a whole lot of folks, but I think that helps in terms of like relatability, right? Because where I was, I'm dealing with some Jewish old men that I was told were very conservative. And so it seemed like they were just tolerating me versus like going about their day and living their life. Uh, whatever. Um, Again, dealing with diversity, which is it's huge. Like when I think of diverse, it is diverse to me, right? Maybe not in terms of, having a whole bunch of black people there. But the kind of diversity that they have for me it's a big deal, right? There are a lot of people there who I work with who um, speak different languages. You've got, like I said, agents to be able to work alongside. And I'm not saying all Asians are just like the end all be all. But I feel more smart than working with in Taco Bell. Like, no offense, but it just feels like this is the job I really have been working for. Like, there are people that go to school, right? And come to work here fresh out of school, right? And the reason why things like this is so important for me is because it's like it's more up my level. It feels like I'm at my level. It doesn't feel like, and maybe I'll feel like I'm above the level. We'll see how quickly I can, get the processes down. We'll see in about 6 months how I feel about the work. No, you're not getting. Fucking idiots. I didn't ask you for shit. Fuck up off my car. Sorry, these fucking migrants. I tell them no and they just come up to start washing your window anyway. I don't want you to wash my window. These people are fucking rude, bro. Like, if somebody, like, first of all, you don't do that with women. When you're a fucking man, you don't walk up to a woman's fucking car touching her shit, period. Then you ask, you wait for the person to, let you do it. Now, this white man smiling behind me because he allowing these folks to get money. I don't give a fuck. I don't want you touching my car. I don't want to give you any money. I don't know why you're even here, bro. Like, I've got no patience for that shit. If I want my windows clean, I got windshield washer and I got a membership to a car wash. I don't want you touching my shit. But I understand they don't speak the same language, so they probably really don't know. They just trying to make money. They ain't gonna wait till you say no. They just want to make some money. But in my mind, it's like, I'm not giving no man no money, migrant or not. That's not my position. I don't give a fuck about the migrants being here. I don't give a fuck about their sob story because we all got one. And I damn sure ain't putting no money in nobody's pocket, bro. Unplanned. I don't give homeless people money. I'm not about to be giving some migrants some goddamn money. The fuck? Okay? So then people piss me the fuck off. They do, because it's rude. In American culture, it's rude, but in their culture, that's what they do. They'd rather waste, some whatever cleaning on your windshield than to be told no. And I get it. I get the hustle, I get the gain, but I'm not here to support that shit. Okay. I'm not nice. But anywho, you guys, I feel like the work that I'm doing is I just feel like it's not beneath me. I feel like it makes sense for why I'm doing the kind of work. And it feels like I'm an actual professional. It doesn't feel like I'm showing up to daycare, right, to be babysat. That's not what it feels like. And in my opinion, that's good. Slow my listen. I seen light, y'all, and I'm kind of speeding, so I'm like, let me slow my behind down. They ain't for me, but you never know. I say you never know, like I got a criminal record or something. So, anywho, I like it, I guess. It's hard to say I like it because it's still very foreign to me, but the feeling that I get from doing the work and it's just it's not even a euphoria feeling of damn, I'm nosy. I need to stop. It's like 6 of these cops. I don't know what happened, who did what, but it's a bunch of migrants and homeless and poor people. So, something happened. It's like 6 cops over there. That's crazy. So that's where I'm at, you guys. I like it. I feel like it's more up my speed. Again, the kind of work that I'm doing, because again, even with my resume, the man kind of took my word. If he's telling me that they're building me to be an admin, that essentially means that my resume is not necessarily built for accounting. Okay. And so, or tax, I mean, it's tax, but tax is tax. It's pretty straightforward. So for him to take me at my word and kind of like, yeah, we're going to take you, and again, he sought me out. So it's not like he knew exactly. I don't know if he knew who he was hiring, but he knew my resume prior to hiring me. So it's almost like, I'll give you a chance. I'll let you stick your toe in. It's on you if you swim or you sink, And that's kind of the opportunity that I was given. And I appreciate it because, again, the things that I'm doing now, it's like, ooh, I get to put that on my resume. That's what shows that I can do the work, right? So I'm excited. Again, I don't know how excited, right? It's definitely a real job where I gotta show up on time. Not really. I mean, I'm on a salary pay, so it's still, a little different. But I've gotta like, it's longer hours, way less flexible. Although, it seems like I said, some of the things that I was able to do with the other firm, I'm still able to continue. So as far as like my kiddo, I'm able to kind of work around her a little bit. So that part's cool, you guys. We'll keep going and we'll see how this goes. I am, like I said, I'm only expected to be put on more in terms of what the scope of the work actually is. Because I think that my title, what I want it to be at some point is if I, whether I'm in the workplace or, working for myself, I think my niche I want to be is tax accounting. I technically already do that, but I want to be able to do it more, and learn more. So I'm excited. You guys definitely learned a lot more about payroll. No, I don't see myself having to use a lot of it. A lot of the accounting that I feel like we're doing is like for larger businesses and corporations where I'm not there yet. So we'll see what happens, you guys, but that's kind of where I'm at with everything. And I wanted to check in briefly while I'm driving because now I can. Um, and kind of give you guys an update as to how it's going. So that's all I got to say, y'all. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.